This is a good way to open up the podcast because Jamie is an expert on all things Black Twitter.
Well,
what's going on, Jamie?
I don't know. There's a lot going on. A lot of rumors are flying.
The rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein-type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors, yeah. I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than that.
The thing is, like, we're getting the rumors from the internet, and
Right.
the internet thinks that the Taliban took out that bridge in Baltimore. So it's like, who fucking knows? Who knows what's real?
That's what Diddy's lawyers, I think, said. It was like that these are just trumped-up charges. Not trumped up, I don't think they said that, but like bullshit charges.
Dude, when Homeland Security invades your house,
You got problems.
with dudes with fucking guns and body armor.
Someone said that they weren't there to take stuff. They were there to delete everything. Like the real people that were in there, you know.
Oh,
like
that's
the same
funny.
thing with Epstein.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's fun. Of course. There's layers upon layers. When you get into these fucking conspiracy theories, man, they never end. They never end. There's just layers upon layers upon layers.
It's fun to talk about.
It is fun to talk about. It's hard to know what's true. But
Yeah. Who
why
knows?
people genuinely love it when someone like Diddy gets caught, though. The glee that people have is weird.
Why?
Because he's too successful. Also, it's like there was always so much East Coast, West Coast shit that's still like in the zeitgeist, you know, like with Biggie and Tupac, and they were all hating at each other, and they both got killed, and there was a lot going on. And then there's people that thought that Puffy was involved and Suge Knight was involved.
Speaking of, I think Suge Knight's the one who said that thing I just thought of
What thing?
about that they were there to delete stuff.
Well, if he really was filming everybody,
Let me see.
I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right? You know who said Luke from 2 Live Crew?
Yeah, he said he was to leave early.
Yeah.
Or something, right?
When Luke from 2 Live Crew is leaving early, like, you got a wild party. What if what's happening is too fucked up for Luke from 2 Live Crew? Like, check, please. There's so many different stories. Who knows?
What are you going to do?
I'm not doing that.
We're not involved in them.
I'm not
I was
involved.
never at Diddy's party. I don't even know the motherfucker.
We're out
I don't
here
want to know nobody.
Telling
I don't know
jokes.
nobody.
Telling jokes.
Like I told you.
Having fun.
That's it.
Yeah.
Smoking dope, cracking jokes, making people.
That's
everything
it.
else is background music. And living in LA, you have all this shit that's going on around you. That's what you have your life, and then you have all this shit that goes in and out of your ears all fucking day, and you're like, I just want to do stand-up.
You also have those celebrity environments where celebrities all get together, and there's so many of them, you know, in these wild parties. And if you got a wild party, and P. Diddy puts on that wild party, and, you know, he sets everybody up. Like, if you were an intelligence agent, you know, like a Jeffrey Epstein type deal, that'd be the way to do it. Big old crazy party, get everybody loose.
And get the cameras
Get them the
rolling
yayo. Get them the yayo.
and everything else.
Get them everything you need. Get fired up. Get those cameras rolling. And now you got everybody under wraps. What a twisted web some folks weave. You all right over there?
Yeah.
You got to concentrate. That is a skill that I never picked up. The roll your own skill. Never picked it up.
Sometimes you got no choice but to pick it up.
Yeah, no, I should have.
You're sitting there with reefer,
I
paper.
admire people that do it. When I see a person that can roll a solid joint, I'm like, that's an exceptional person. It's like a person who can play guitar. I'm like, oh, you took the time.
There's a level of skill with it too. Some people can roll some nice ones.
Oh yeah,
They look
man.
like they're done by a machine.
I've seen dudes in Instagram driving their car rolling with
Rolling
one hand.
That's
That's next level.
yeah, that's next level.
That's next level. Charlie Murphy could roll a hell of a blunt. Charlie Murphy's one of those guys. You know who else rolls a hell of a blunt? Louis Gomez.
Yeah.
Gomez rolls a hell of a blunt. And he does it the real way. He doesn't just split the spliff and open it up and lick it. No. He takes the paper out and he makes, cuts it. Like he'll unravel a cigar and then take the tobacco paper and cut it and wet it and get it down.
I just don't want to get high. It's like free base and coke. I got to run it through a sock, and then it's got to dry. No, just give me the fucking reefer. I like smoking blunts, but that's what gave me pneumonia last summer. I started smoking blunts.
Yeah?
And sure enough.
It gave you pneumonia?
Pneumonia.
Really?
I had pneumonia last summer.
Do you think it's definitely from that?
It was that and the sleep. It was a bunch of shit. What it really was I had an abscess.
Oh.
And the sleep mask.
Oh.
I cleaned that motherfucker
Abscesses
for 20
are dangerous.
years. Dog, I'm shooting a fucking movie with Kevin, and it blew
Oh, really?
in my mouth as I was shooting with Kevin.
Oh, you had no idea.
No, and I'm spitting blood and pus, and I'm like,
Oh,
and then I started feeling sick.
Oh, no.
Thank
it
God
gets
we
in your
wrapped.
bloodstream.
Thank God we
Yeah.
wrapped. I'm like, I'm not gonna make it home.
Ooh.
I couldn't even drive. I got home, I went right to sleep. The next day I got up and went right to the doctor. And that started, because doctors now they send you to 20 different places. So by the time you get you know what this started with the pneumonia?
What?
They saw a fucking thing in my kidney. What's that when you have a
Kidney stones?
kidney stone?
Yeah.
They go, we got to start drinking whatever. I'm like, kidney stones?
Yeah.
Then I went to another doctor, and he's like, you're not a kidney stone. There's something wrong with the bottom of your lung.
Oh.
And there's a cyst in your heart.
A cyst.
Something that kept growing over the years, like a little boil by one of the valves.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, then he sent me for another one. Then finally, Eisenberg fucking sent me to the real deal, and he goes, this eliminates everything. When I left there, I thought he was going to say, we're going to put in a stent and all this shit. He goes, no, just aspirin. I just want you to go on a baby aspirin.
Really?
That's it. He goes, your heart's perfect. You're good. That's it. My calcium score was good, which was very fucking surprising, I stopped eating bacon in the mornings.
Yeah? How come?
Just I do an avocado toast instead. I'd rather do avocado toast with an egg and a bowl of fruit.
That's good.
That's perfect.
That's good.
I used to eat a cheese omelet with French fries with 10 pieces of bread with butter on it. So this works.
This is better.
This works.
Yeah. That's definitely better. Get them healthy fats. Yeah. How good is that sushi place we went to?
Oh, my God.
Shout out to Yuki Hand Roll.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The fucking, when you got up to go to the bathroom is when he dropped my rolls. I'm like, whose is this? It was just a fucking chunk.
Yeah.
And especially now with this new economics, that sushi's getting smaller and smaller
It
and
is
smaller.
in a lot of places.
There was 2 hunks of fucking tuna there.
Yeah,
I'm full.
Big. They give you big pieces at Yuki. And the guy came from Nobu, super sweet guy, really nice
You
guy.
guys have put together a hell of a fucking time. Remember, we've been coming here since '98, and we used to come here. We used to just go to Papado's.
Yep.
And there was another place we went to, the Mexican joint, Papacitos, and that's it. And that was where we went for 3 fucking days. Now look what you got here.
Yeah.
It's like an empire. You guys were talking in the green room last night about all the different restaurants. And you guys didn't stop.
Moved here. So many people moved
Didn't
here.
stop. You guys did not. Everybody had a suggestion. How about this place? You asked for a steak here, 8 people raised their hand. Mexican food. Go to that place that's fusion or
There's
whatever.
so many good steakhouses in town that people forget. You go, oh, you got Jay Carver's, right? Perry's, Bob's.
There's excitement down there.
Three Forks. Yeah.
It's very exciting.
Yes.
The last 2 nights, the store in its heyday, like 2019, 2018, I got to be honest with you. I would do my spots, and I would have to go to the kitchen and sit in the corner by myself. And I would just watch to think that this was really happening.
Yeah.
Because it would assault all your, it was just so much. It was celebrities.
Yeah.
I remember one night, half of UFC was there.
Yeah.
You look around, there's fucking 8 guys in the UFC right there, and you're like, what the fuck is happening up here? What the fuck are all these people, The last 2 nights, I had to leave early. And you go home and you can't sleep.
Yeah.
Last night when you text me, I was awake. I got home at fucking 11. I couldn't sleep from everything. I was writing and fucking thinking and coming on his head and fucking, it's what stand-up does to you at night. It's, you can't not be a fucking early riser with stand-up. Because even if you do an 8 o'clock show, unless you're a fucking mope, you're thinking about that set.
Yeah.
Even when you're eating with your friend, you know where you went weak tonight. Even though you did great. That one joke didn't work. You're thinking about how you can make it better. That's what I missed. I didn't miss the planes. I didn't miss the hotels.
Right.
I missed having 4 ideas and starting to get on stage and trying to connect those 4 ideas together. And when those 4 ideas get connected together, I'm just saying, 4 ideas, 3 different premises.
Right.
It's the best feeling. It's better than sex.
It's incredible
better than
feeling.
sex, and that's what I missed. Everything else I didn't fucking, the age and all, no.
Well, there's a relationship with the audience that's so pure because, you know, they know you. Like, they really know you. They know you from podcasts. They know you from your bits. They fucking know you. They know you from conversations. They get it. And then they're watching you put together this thing that's really for them. It's for you because you create it and, you know, you get paid to say it and you get this great feeling that you did it. But for a person like a fan, like when I was watching you last night, as a fan, like I got to see a bunch of new shit that you were doing that I was telling you was killing me. But it's a beautiful feeling. It's a great feeling when someone that you really love who's really funny, who's got new stuff and they're killing it. And it's just like this atmosphere. So there's 250 people. We're all sharing this moment. So it's super positive in like all ways. It makes people feel better. They leave that place, they feel better. And so when you know that you can do that, then you get together in the green room afterwards. You're like, this one bit, there's like something missing. It's fucking, there's something clunky about it. It just feels fake. It feels like it's too I got to rework it. And then you start from scratch, you figure it out. But it's just because you want to get to that place where the audience is like, yes, You hit them with some shit they didn't see coming, and or they get to see some shit that maybe you did 6 months ago, but now it's tight.
It's tighter.
Yeah. Now it's got all these new punchlines and new avenues that you could take it to.
The worst is when you 3 years later and you get a bit and you're like, you know what? I wish I could use that bit now.
Right.
That bit I did 3 years ago fits right in here now. But you're like, if I bring it up, people are going to know I'm doing old jokes.
Yeah, but sometimes just shove it in there anyway. Who cares? Just because it fits, it's perfect. It's funny. The whole idea is just be as funny as possible.
Yeah, not I got it.
You're always supposed to be coming up with new material for sure, but I don't mind when somebody busts out an old bit.
The other night when I got here, I landed at 11:30. I got my luggage by 11:45. I walked out. When I got in that car, you should have seen that airport. It was alive at midnight.
Yeah.
Fucking tons of people coming into Austin. I mean, I was like, this has changed a lot. This airport used to be a sleepy fucking hollow.
Yeah, the whole town. The pandemic changed the whole town. And then a lot of the tech companies moved here too. That was a big part of it. A lot of these young people just didn't want any part of San Francisco anymore. They're like, we got to get the fuck out of here.
Who would want to live there?
Who would want to live there? It's dangerous. It's weird. Elon was saying 5 of his friends have been assaulted or robbed. 5.
You can't lock your car?
Yeah, you got to leave your car open.
Window
smash
open
your windows.
because they're going to smash it. How do you live like that?
Yeah. They basically empowered mental patients who are drug addicts to just live on the street and shit everywhere and harass people. And there's no sign that they're turning it around. They don't seem to be turning it around at all, except for when Xi Jinping came to town. I told him if I was the mayor, I'd buy Xi Jinping a condo. Like when he's in town, everything's clean. When he came to San Francisco, they moved all the tents. They put up fences so people couldn't put tents back up. They cleaned the streets. And Gavin Newsom was like, well, when you have guests come over, you clean up your house. Like, what? What a crazy gaslighting spin on a fact that you could have fixed this the whole time, and you chose not to until the dictator comes to town.
In my criminal heyday, I used to move around a lot, and I ended up in San Francisco, August of '85. I was in Boulder. The cops were looking for me, and I said, fuck it. Where do I go? I went to the airport, and I picked a spot. And I go, what's the closest flight here leaving? San Francisco. All right, get me to San Francisco. And I went up there, and I went right to the Tenderloin, Joe. And it was buck wild. I mean, for a New York City kid to look at you and go, you got to be careful down there. I still remember in 1985, they had a place called Coffee Ron's that was a topless coffee place.
Yeah.
With the ugliest titties you've ever seen in your fucking life. And I mean, they weren't award-winning titties. Soggy, they looked like a puppy, was going to milk on them, but they had that.
Yeah.
And they were open 24 hours right down the block from me.
It was a wild city.
It was wild. And up the corner were hookers for fucking miles.
It had a stand-up scene, but it never had a stand-up scene like Boston or New York. Or
No, but it
LA.
was a good stand-up scene.
Solid scene.
Yeah.
Robin Williams came out of there. Who else? Did Pat?
Slayton. We were just talking about it, the Korean girl. She's from San Francisco.
Margaret Kim?
Margaret Cho.
Margaret Cho.
Her mother had a bookstore downstairs or something. A couple funny guys came out of Frisco. That's the comedy.
Sorry, Margaret.
The comedy festival really was great up there. It really did a lot for a lot of comics.
I never went to that one.
I did it. I quit.
Yeah?
4 nights. You know, what am I doing? I'm sleeping on the beach. I'm paying for my own hotel. And the judges are comedians from San Francisco. And I'm coming in fucking 12th every night because they don't know me. These guys are coming in first. You know, the judges are hugging them, smoking dope.
Wait, what year was this that you did it?
97-ish, 98. I drove home. I went to the Comedy Store. They let me go up. And I went to the House of Blues and saw Celia Cruz. Instead of fucking, I left Thursday
House
night.
of Blues used to be the shit.
The shit.
We used to go across the street and watch killer bands.
Fucking unbelievable for
It was
free.
amazing.
Just walk in.
Yeah, hey
come
guys.
on over.
Yeah, they just let us in. It was
Fuck.
amazing.
I went to see one of my mother's friends there. My mother's friend was this Cuban dude, Patato Totico. They're huge in Cuba. And he was playing there by himself. He had to be like 70.
Before I forget, what is your cousin's band in Cuba? That band?
Emmy Alfonso. Emmy.
Emmy Alfonso.
She had some new shit. She was just here. She came down for class.
I wanted to put him on the Spotify list. Their shit is banging, but I couldn't remember.
She came here for fucking South by Southwest.
Really?
Yeah, she was in South by Southwest.
How do you say it? How do you spell
Emmy,
it?
E-M-E.
E-M-M-Y?
E-M-E.
E-M-E?
A-L-F. Alfonso. A-L-F-O-N-S-O.
Emmy Alfonso. Got it. Bam. There it is.
Can you believe that's my family up there? The Instagram shot at the
What's
top.
a good song that I should put on the Spotify playlist?
That's my family, bro. That's my legitimate fucking family. That guy on the far left is my mother's brother. That's his son that owns La Factoria in Cuba, the big club where you go to. That's his sister, and that's my aunt.
Wow.
That dude is 80 years old, and he's still a musician, plays congas.
Wow.
You know, the whole fucking thing. Emmy lives in, Eki, the guy with the dreads, my cousin, he lives like in fucking Germany or some shit.
Really?
Yeah, he don't even go to Cuba. He goes to Cuba to pick up a check or something like that.
Is he allowed to go in and out?
He's a band member.
Oh, okay.
He just says
he
he's
can
playing
get away
a
with
band
it?
and fucking...
Give me what song should I pick
Oh, my
for this
God.
playlist? How's Keep Your Head Up?
No. The one that you really liked that time was the one when she's walking.
Which one's that?
I forget.
All right, let's all screenshot this. I'll come back to it later. I'll put some of them on the Spotify.
And while I got you, can we look at the car?
Oh, yeah.
Steven
Joey wants
Seagal
to-
in the movie with the Jamaicans.
Jamie's,
With Screwhead.
Jamie said he had a 69 Mach 1.
I didn't say 69. I didn't know what
He
it
said
was.
Mach 1.
Mach 1.
He said M-A-C, and I was like, that's probably Mach 1. It's an old muscle car, right?
Yes, sir.
It's probably...
Okay,
that's a
shit.
70. That's a 70.
I like that, Joe.
Yeah, it's a nice car.
How fast is that?
Oh, it's fast as fuck. They handle like shit. But that's the 69. That's the one John Wick had. The 70 is not quite as good looking. But still, great fucking car. I forgot about this scene. Oh, they crushed it with 2 trucks. Damn it.
I forgot the name of this movie, but it's god awful. Mark for Death. Screwface.
This movie's so bad.
It's really bad. And then he kills him. Then his brother, he comes back from life. I'm like, all right, that's it.
He kills him and he comes back from the dead, right?
Screwhead, Screwface or something, yeah.
Oh, he lights him on fire and he has to escape. This is so dumb. But this is skinny Steven Seagal. These are at least more believable movies until they went completely sideways. All right, he's going to sneak out. He's going to get out. And the guy with the tractor never crushes him. Goddamn, Tom Segura's got to stop sending me videos. Tom Segura sent me this video of this dude smushing somebody with a tractor, running the tractor right through them.
I don't want to see that shit.
I don't want to see it either, but Tom Segura thinks I do. Every day we freak each other out. I find the worst shit that I see on Instagram. By the way, Instagram is wild right now. I mean, buck wild with murder and animal attacks and bombs exploding on people and terrorist attacks and riots. And it's like you can find everything on Instagram now. And these are accounts that I don't even follow. So they know my brain is a mess. So they're just sending me the most horrible shit. And I just get it all day long. I saved one just for you.
The only, we could watch it. The only fucking thing that amazes me about Instagram, I don't know what's going on. But if you go to look, this section here, will break it down for me.
The explore section,
like this
the
one
search.
Here. Yeah, that there.
Yeah.
I still can't put together these women. Are they hookers? Are they just showing their bodies?
First of all, some of them might. Look at this one.
Yeah, that one. Like that. What are they doing?
Fake babies. They got fake babies. So they pull their tits out to breastfeed fake babies. So it's like a hack. So they can. What's that? Link in bio. Yeah, you go in that bio, bam, and then there's probably an OnlyFans. And let's see, 18 plus. Yes, we are. And then Love Me. It's a different one.
I'm gonna get
it's a dating. Oh, you're done. You're done. You have a virus on your computer right now. We need to blow up that computer. We'll take that computer to the range, fill it full of lead. So they just rope you in. They get lonely, lost guys, and they see this girl breastfeeding a rubber baby, and they dump. I mean, that's how Andrew Tate made all his money.
How many there are on this page, though?
Coming in hot, bunch of titties. Lots of titties.
Then they got the other girls that flip the camera around and show their monkey and then show their face. And I can't figure out what the fuck that's about either. I'm like, why are they doing this? Why they show their face and they flip it. They show their underwear monkey and then they flip back and they start talking to you. I'm like, why are they doing that?
OnlyFans. Yeah, they're trying to get you to go to their website or OnlyFans or whatever that website was. It's just a bunch of girls that get hired, I'm sure, I'm guessing, but this is what I imagine. They get hired by an agency or some company, and they put a fake name to them, and they say link in bio. You go to the link in the bio, and you go to some porn site, or you go to some dating site, or you go to some OnlyFans type site. And lost guys who don't have any money or they don't have anybody with them, they're sad, they give up all their cash. They get hundreds of thousands of dollars off these dopes. And the way Andrew Tate was doing it, he would have the girls sit in front of the keyboard typing with their tits out, and then him and his friends would be over on the side, and they would be typing all the shit because they knew what the guy wanted to hear. So they would type all the things to the guy, and the guys would just donate money. And they were making millions. Millions.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it's one of those things where there's certain kind of scams where I think they should be legal, like televangelists, like late night preachers.
Yeah,
it's so obvious, it should be legal. Like if they're getting you with that, I don't have a problem. I've never called for the banning of televangelists. When they're like, God told me I need a private jet. There's no way I can do the Lord's duty flying commercial. And these guys, they'll fucking sell it. They'll sell it. This one guy was telling people that if they're broke, if they have no money, if they just send whatever they can, everything they have, God will bless them with 10 times more. He just kept saying that. So he was trying to get people that literally had nothing. And if you send me, the guy in the $5,000 suit with the big pinky ring, if you send me your money, whatever you have left, God will bless you 10 times over.
I don't believe the banning of anybody who could take money out of your pocket. Do you know that? Because if you're that fucking stupid, it's like, who raised you?
It gets to a certain level where I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Like financial market stuff. Like when people are pulling stock schemes and pumping dumps and things like that, yeah, that's different.
That's different.
That's different. And then you're actually getting
I'm not talking
intelligent
about those.
people,
Yeah.
like Bernie Madoff.
Right. No.
You're actually getting intelligent people
That fucking rob you.
Yeah, they just trusted you,
I'm talking about like when an African sends you a text message and says, fucking come bail me out. If you send me 500, you're going to inherit $80 million.
Yeah.
You know how many people get, every year 60 Minutes has a fucking expose about some African that's taking money from fucking people, and they keep doing it.
Speaking of which, I should probably bring this up. There's a lot of people that are getting emails from a scammer saying that they're being invited onto this podcast.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
A dear friend of mine keeps asking me, what the fuck is this about?
Yeah, hundreds of people. I don't know how many people have been contacted. And it's more than one account that's doing it. And I think it's some sort of a scam to get your Facebook information or some sort of information or credit card information or something. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. We will never ask you for anything like that. And if we contact you, it'll be obvious. It's obvious also that whoever the person is writing these things, at least in the ones that have been sent to me, it seems like English is their second language. They don't seem to know exactly how to phrase things in a way that an American would phrase things. So it seemed a little obvious to me that it was shifty and a lot of obvious to a lot of other people, but a bunch of people sent them to me.
Okay, yeah, because I had one I was going to show you. I think I erased it. He sent it to me yesterday. And he was like, yeah, ask them. They keep sending me these fucking things from the Joe Rogan experience. He doesn't know.
Yeah, it's just scammers. You know, they reach out to you through Instagram or, you know, they find out you follow me or maybe I talked about you on the podcast or maybe something like that. And then next thing you know, you get a letter. Yeah.
You know,
there's scammers out there, man. I mean, the Nigerians are the best at it. I mean,
that's where it was invented. They're the best at it. They are the best.
When did they first start email scamming people? Probably right after email got invented. Like
I don't know.
When was the first Nigerian prince email scams? Because it's always like, I have all this money, but I need like $1,000
to get it out.
If you help me get it out, you get $10 million.
I can't get mad at you for something like that.
Right.
Because you look at that and you giggle. You look at that and you giggle. Any of that stuff online, you have to look at. I don't press nothing online. If you send me a Facebook message and I click on something, I don't click. I don't touch it.
Good.
I don't open it. When that shit starts happening, when things start popping up, that's when I turn off the computer.
Yeah.
I hit a button that I should not fucking hit.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I don't go into any of those things.
Yeah.
Even friends of mine that send me shit, I'm busy.
Yeah.
You know, if you're
that's smart. Yeah.
They used to do this by letter.
Really?
I mean, this is not a.
When did it start?
The 1900s.
1910.
Early 1900s.
Wow. The Nigerians started in the 1900s?
I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't. 1910?
Yeah.
The origins of the Nigerian prince scam date back to 1910 when it went by another name, the Spanish prisoner swindle. Oh, back then victims received a message as a letter in the mail rather than on the internet, but the same basic structure between the two scams remains the same. Between both scams remain the same. The Spanish prisoner swindle centers around a wealthy foreign nobleman who is imprisoned for political reasons. The nobleman claims to know the location of a lost treasure and that he's willing to share this treasure with the victim. The problem is he's in prison and needs the victim to send him money so he can bribe his way out. Wow. Interesting. There's always been people like that. But you know what the problem is? The problem is there are people in this country. What was the number that we Googled that have a IQ lower than 85? It's pretty high.
Like 15%.
15%. So imagine 15% of people that you could basically trick with anything. Get them to join a cult. Get them to sign up for some fucking telemarketing swindle.
Do you think it's IQ or do you think it's...
IQ is interesting, right? Because IQ doesn't necessarily mean intelligence because it depends upon your education. Because some of the questions in IQ tests are predicated on a knowledge of math and understanding of like how to do equations and certain things that you learn in school. But there's intelligence that is social intelligence in terms of being able to see what the problems are in a certain choice you make, or what the up benefits are of a different choice. There's people that are strategizers and they're really good at like business. They're really good at figuring people out. They're really good at figuring themselves out. There's an intelligence to that. So the problem with IQ, in my mind, is I know a lot of people with very high IQs, but their life is a clumsy mess. So it's like it really is dependent upon what is the mental horsepower you have, and how are you applying that mental horsepower? Are you Gary Clark Jr. and applying that mental horsepower to music, and you're a genius, but you're a genius in music? Or are you Lex Friedman and you're making, artificial intelligence and working coding robots? Are you Elon Musk? You're making spaceships. Like, what are you doing with this intelligence? So IQ, there's limitations of it, but at least it's an indicator of how smart a person is. It's an indicator. It's not the only indicator. There's other factors that I think are much more intangible. They're much harder to measure and weigh. That's my take on it. I think it means something.
I think if your parents opened up your eyes, something, it's like I do that bit, and it's true. I really do. I'm mad at my guidance counselor. I really am, deep down inside, because, he was telling you all about those job possibilities and college possibilities, but he forgot to tell us about New York being right across the river and all the possibilities you had over there. I would have done this shit earlier.
You mean stand-up?
Everything.
Yeah.
I would have tried anything earlier.
The thing is, no one's ever going to advise that you take the riskiest chance in show business. No one's ever going to advise that you...
I didn't want to be a show business guy, but I wish you would have told me, if you want to take acting lessons, you go to the city.
That's show business.
I didn't know. I didn't know that fucking...
Right.
When I'd watch a movie, I thought you just walked on the fucking thing and they gave you a part. Listen how stupid I was when I was young.
It's not stupid. It's uninformed.
I thought
right?
when stand-up did a special, I thought he just showed up. And they had a camera and he goes, I'm ready. And that's what I thought. I didn't think I didn't really know. I'm mad that he didn't open up. I see the kids I grew up with. You got to see the people around you. Mm-hmm. And some of us saw some things and some of us didn't. Some of us saw a path that was different than just getting a job and working 40 years and getting a watch. I don't think they opened up our minds to that stuff. Like, there was a lot of stuff that we didn't. In my house, she would fucking tell. Like, my mother was crazy. When I was 6, she would put a fucking gold chain on me that belonged to a man, and she'd make me put it out. And she'd go, I want you to walk the streets like that so somebody fucks you. You know. I mean, and I think about these stories and I go, what was she doing?
Right. Why was she getting you to go outside with a valuable piece of jewelry around your neck as a little kid?
I remember one night I was getting ice cream on 88th Street and the gold chain was hanging. And when I went to get the cone from Mr. Softy, he goes, that's a nice chain. And he looked at it. My mother was watching from the window. She was like, punch him in the fucking face. I'm like, 8. I'm like, 8. Don't let nobody touch your face. Like, she was, she just did things, Like, don't go in a car with people. Like, just general shit that they banged into your fucking head.
Well, that's good. All that stuff's good.
I was out there. Like, I was out there every fucking day,
It's a different kind of intelligence, right? Street smarts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Like, and it's also informed. You're informed. You're informed about the dangers of your environment. And some people, if they grow up in the suburbs and they go to really nice schools, they're lost in those environments. They don't understand the rules.
Doc, I'm worried about kids today.
You should be.
Listen, I didn't know this. I just spoke to somebody in my old neighborhood, and we were talking about something. They go, you should see the neighborhood at 2:30. Fucking, you can't drive. And I go, why? She goes, McKinley School, where I went. She goes, the parents pick them up with cars. I go, what are you talking about? We walked those streets home. There was just 3 blocks. It's a block from the neighborhood. She goes, not anymore. Those kids don't walk those streets at all. And they live right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like across town, like, you got to get those kids out.
Yeah, they got to get out of the house for sure.
We got to get them out.
How many kids are just at home playing video games all day,
that drives me fucking crazy when my daughter goes knocking on people's door and they're like, no, well, they're inside playing video games. It's 70 fucking degrees out.
Yeah.
And I just called Mr. Softy. He's on his way. What the fuck? Yeah, I got Mr. Softy's number in my neighborhood. First time I met him, I gave him an edible, and he's like, where are you at? And I told him.
Does it ring? Does it ding, 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 ding?
But he comes too early. He comes at 4. People still, they're still at work. But when that motherfucker comes, Mr. Softy, I would give him edibles, those ABX edibles, and tell him, put them in my milkshake. And he blended in the milkshake.
That's hilarious.
So, intelligence, yeah, like, I know a lot of people are fucking smart, but they make mistakes.
Yeah, they make big decisions.
That you go, what the fuck? God?
In your life, relationship decisions, business decisions, friendship decisions. Intelligence is complicated. It's very complicated. But the point is, some people, their mental horsepower is very low. It's not a matter of what they apply themselves to. It's a matter of they don't have the resources. Their brain doesn't work good. And I've met a lot of people like that, and I know you have too, where you're like, this guy ain't never going to be a genius. There's no inspiration in him. There's nothing enthusiastic. He doesn't have a thing he's really into. Doesn't have a thing he likes. He's just dull-minded for whatever reason. I don't know if it's genetics. I don't know if it's just a roll of the dice, or maybe the way he was raised. I don't know. But some people they don't have a good brain. They just don't. So those guys, when they get that fucking Nigerian prince email, they're like, this is it. This is my ticket out of here. They start fucking scraping up coins, putting quarters in rolls, bringing them to the bank.
I believe in faith. Like if you're broke and you go put $2 on a picket ticket because there's a $175 billion, I believe in that. I believe in all that type of stuff, Joe. But
that's the biggest scam in the world.
What's that?
The lottery.
Well, I'm not talking, even when I was a kid, the numbers. It's 3 numbers.
Yeah,
you put $5, you win $2,500, okay? Mm-hmm. In those small, in the 70s and 60s, in the black communities, the Spanish communities.
Italian communities.
That's a way of hope.
Yeah.
Your Sicilian grandmother wakes up one morning and says, oh, my God, I had a dream about peppers.
Yeah.
Okay? Peppers. And all of a sudden her grandmother yells, Peppers, that's 68.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, put a prefix on it, 568. And, this is your trip to Italy.
Mm-hmm.
This is your chance to buy your son a car. It's like that little faith that you have.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that you have a chance at.
It's fun, too.
It's fun,
The same thing as the problem with drinking, same thing as the problem with everything else, is that people lose their fucking minds.
It's an excess.
And then it becomes everything. I told you about my grandmother, right, with the numbers?
Yeah. Wasn't she a loan shark, too?
She went to jail. My grandmother went to jail for 6 months because she wouldn't rat out the people that were running the numbers. Yeah. Wow. We'd go to visit Grandma. Where's Grandma? Grandma's visiting Aunt Josie. She was with Aunt Josie for 6 months. It was ridiculous. Yeah, she was knitting for the fucking guards in prison. She wouldn't rat. So they put her away for 6 months.
For bookmaking. Yeah, so those immigrants, those people with dreams, I see that. But somebody just fucking calling you and going, hey, if you lend me $5 or a televangelist, whatever the fuck you're saying.
Yeah.
Look, I'm even like, and I hate to say this in public, but I'm down on like fucking charities and shit.
Well,
because they don't get the fucking money either unless you donate to St. Jude or something like that. Some guy's driving a BMW, and the people I sent the money to, and it's happened to us. We saw it. We gave money, and nothing happens. And you're like, what the fuck, guys? So now you just give it direct.
Have you ever seen those charts that show like what the money you give to charity, how much actually goes to the cause? How much of it is just overhead? It's in some places it's like 90%.
It's ridiculous.
So it's like 10% of the money goes to the charity. It's a very inefficient thing. And then you have things where the people that are running it are making enormous salaries. And then they're look at the Black Lives Matter thing, where the girls were buying $6 million houses. Like, what the fuck are you doing? The fuck are you doing? What are you doing? And like, oh, we use this for events. It's just that happens with so many charities and so many charitable organizations. And then there's charitable organizations like there's foundations that are set up just as tax breaks. So there's like tax breaks involved if you have a foundation. It's a charitable foundation that works towards good causes, like maybe climate change or maybe, something along those lines, health, the global health. And then you get involved in that, and it's a nice way to avoid paying taxes. You move money around. You put money in the foundation. You can kind of move it around. It's these guys that are involved in charitable organizations. The thought behind it is beautiful. Like, wouldn't it be great if people donated all this money to charity and we could fix a lot of things? But what you're really doing in a lot of ways is you're pumping up the business of these charities. And then they pump up their advertising revenue, they pump up their social media profile, their campaigns, their this, their that. And then they get co-opted. They get co-opted by companies, corporations, pharmaceutical companies, different mandates and narratives that they'd like to promote. And next thing you know, charitable organizations are a part of the propaganda machine. And it's all being funded by enormous amounts of money. And most of that money does not go to the actual cause itself.
It sucks.
Have you ever seen the charts? Pull up a chart of where the money goes. Try to find out see if there's a good chart that shows like
when I was
various like Red Cross, all these different.
I bumped into a nun once when I was going to Catholic school, and she told me that when people are looking for you for help, like when they're on the side of the street and they're asking you for help, that could be Jesus in disguise. So it fucked my world up. So I started donating as a kid. The first person I donated to was the black kid with the flies on him that they sent you the picture.
Yeah, Sally Struthers.
He wrote a letter.
Kinnison had that bit about it.
And then I never got nothing after that. I'm writing letters. Nobody's writing me back. I want to know if the kid made it to the 6th grade. I was so fucking pissed as a kid. And then I would do the Heart Association walks. Like, that was my shit. And trust me, I skimmed off the top. I'm not going to lie to you. Because I would go to my mother's bar and I'd make them give me like $10 a mile. Come on.
Right.
You know, I would show up with like $3,000 and think I was a good kid. Finally, like after like the 3rd year, I'm like, they're gonna get light this year. I'm making $3,000 fucking dollars here.
So look at the Red Cross. What's that?
I had it on a better website.
That wasn't too bad.
It's pretty small though.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Let's see what we got here. What percentage?
It's Syracuse.
Okay. So this shows you all the money that comes in and how much of it actually goes to programs and how much of it goes to administration and how much of it goes to fundraising. So Red Cross looks pretty fucking good. Red Cross shows it's like 90% of the money goes to programs. Only 3.5% goes to administrative and 6% goes to fundraising. So this is what we donated to. Remember when we did those shows in San Diego right after the fire? And I'm like, we can't take money from these people. They just had this massive fire. Let's just donate all the money. So we donated the money to Red Cross because that seemed to be the best one. St. Jude's, 72%. And then it gets, when you start going down the line, it starts getting sketchy.
Oh, most of these are fine, but this one,
they're pretty good.
Wounded
Warrior is a little weird.
34% back into fundraising.
Yeah, but you know, they still at least 60% of it, or close to 60% of it, goes to the actual programs. What's the worst ones though, Jim?
Yeah, the worst ones was a different chart.
This is a different chart. I want to see the worst ones.
Oh, okay.
Those are good ones. Red Cross has always been thought of as one of the best ones.
The worst ones, I think.
In terms of the amount of money that actually goes to the cause.
I think these are mostly UK charities, though.
Do they have American ones? Or worldwide ones? Let's see that one.
Where is it going?
That just shows what people are spending on.
About worst charity.
The worst in terms of the amount of money that goes towards the cause. The top 10 worst charities. It says Kids Wish Network is number 1. Disabled police officers, 4.4% goes to program expenses, and 94% goes to professional fundraising fees. That's crazy. Disabled police officers counseling center, 94% of it goes to fundraising fees? That's bonkers.
These are in New Jersey.
New Jersey. Right away, you're like, oh, okay.
Okay.
I see what's going on. Look at the Cancer Survivors Fund. Hey, they survived. That's what they get. 9% goes to programs. 87% goes to fundraising.
And they also, I think a lot of times they make their name something close to like the good one. Like there's probably a really good firefighters foundation that's not.
Right. And they call themselves the Firefighters Charitable Foundation.
Yeah.
Only 7% goes to the program. 85% goes to professional fundraising fees. What does that even mean? Professional fundraising fees. But a lot of them are like that. But you got to also think, if you're going to run a charity, you got to pay people something. Kids Wish Network. Look at this. They raised $127 million. They paid to solicitors $109 million. And they spent percentage on direct cash aid to the actual kids is 2.5%. 2.5%. Look at the Cancer Fund of America. Less than 1% went to the actual thing, direct cash aid. But when this is direct cash aid and paid to solicitors, who's the solicitors? Who counts as a solicitor there? Does that mean paid to the organization? And then they only pay out that much to the people?
Soliciting costs. That'd be probably trying to buy
overhead.
Fundraising, yeah.
It's overhead. It's everything, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's mostly a scam. Look at the fucking International Union of Police Associations. Look at that one.
That's the reason I quit.
0.5%.
That's why I quit.
That's crazy.
When I worked for the cops. That's when I found out. 3 years I worked for the cops, doing donations on the phone after I got arrested. I started in Boulder. And when I went to Seattle, I did it there. And then up in Seattle, I found out what the cops were getting. I'm done. I'm done. You give me $50, I'm giving you a sticker for the back of your cars. When you get pulled over, they know that you donate. And these guys were showing up in Maseratis every day. The two owners. And I'm like, fuck you.
It's like the thing in L.A. with the homeless. You know,
Fuck
Coleon Noir sent me to that. He told me they were getting like six-figure salaries. I'm like, no way. And some of them are making $240,000 a year.
Yeah, no.
Taking care of the homeless.
Yeah, no.
That is not being taken care of.
No,
they're not doing anything about it.
No.
They have to keep the business rolling too. That's the thing. Once you have 20, 30, 50, whatever people making six figures, all that money keeps coming in. You have all those mouths to feed, all those mortgages, all those people. Now you have an industry. Now you have bureaucracy, and you're never getting that back.
No.
You'd have to have some crazy dude that comes in like, who's that guy from Argentina? The guy that just became the president of Argentina with the wacky hair? That guy's amazing. He's like, everybody out! Everybody out! He kicked out everybody. He cut that budget down to nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. He got rid of all the bullshit. All the bullshit.
It's really crazy when I worked for the cops. I loved it. It was great. I had a great time in that office. I'd be up there smoking dope. But
with the cops?
Nah, it was like one cop there. He didn't give a fuck. I'm over here raising money for you. But even he was on the scam. You know, it's like, come on, man.
When you have money that's being donated, like cash that's being donated,
man.
it's going to get moved around.
It's like, you got to help these fucking people out, you know? And look at now. You go, when I came from Cuba, when I was a little kid, to learn how to do anything, the reason why I learned how to do anything was because of the police athletic league. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Everything. Shooting, fishing in Central Park, boxing program. You know, you shot pool. Who do you think taught me how to shoot pool?
Really? Police athletic league?
Yeah, right on there on 88 in Amsterdam.
It's a smart move.
So I was always indebted to those people. Always in my heart, because I was a Spanish kid. They took me in over there. They fingerprinted me. They take you to the precinct. You shoot a 22. They give you the target.
Oh, wow.
With your little thing. They give you like a little badge, you know, and you're like, And so I always wanted to work for them. Like, that was it. I always, you know, and then after I got in trouble, I'm like, you know, I owe them a debt. They were very good to me. I was the guy that fucked up. So I always worked for the cops. I always tried to, get fucking people to donate for stickers or, bulletproof vests and all that shit. And then we would do comedy at the benefits in Seattle. Even though I got arrested 6 times, it never worked. They didn't fucking do anything for me.
Well, maybe you would have got arrested a lot worse.
A lot worse.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. When I found out, I was like, I'm out. I'm not doing this. And now, you want to help out. Something happens, hurricane relief, and you're like, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because it's,
Right.
And you feel like shit. I'd rather see somebody give him a 20. Some guy is hungry.
Yeah.
Just go give him a 20. I'm not giving him leftover food or whatever. You just give the guy a 20. Make him his own decisions. If he wants to snort it or buy fentanyl, go. I don't give a fuck. It's not my problem, but I did my job.
The Red Cross seems like a good one. But also, wasn't the Red Cross one of the people that was helping people map out the way to illegally enter the U.S.? Wasn't that one of the things that the Red Cross was doing? Google that. But that could be also that the Red Cross is a legitimate charitable organization, and it realizes that these people are going to do this no matter what, and show them the way to do it that's safe. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it. I mean,
they're going to do it.
Showing them the way that's safe, to me, seems like like almost an ethical thing to do if you know that this is happening. And then providing them aid along the way so they don't die. That seems like, the whole immigration thing is very complicated. You came from immigrants, I came from immigrants, or my grandparents were immigrants. But it's just the way they're doing it, where anybody can get through, is so wild. So the Red Cross has provided maps to migrants traveling towards the U.S. border. Now, what is their reasoning? Is the Red Cross giving maps to migrants? The map on the social media is real. Different versions have existed since at least 2018, and some have been distributed by the International Committee of the Red Cross. The ICRC is a consortium of Red Cross agencies, including the American Red Cross. The map is a part of an informational safety pamphlet provided by aid organizations, including the National Red Cross Societies, to migrants traveling to Central America. The pamphlet also includes resource information like where to find food, shelter, and medical assistance. While the map has been around since at least 2018, American Red Cross partnered with the Mexican Red Cross and others during the COVID-19 pandemic to promote these safety materials. The Red Cross logos appeared across the top of the map. The American Red Cross logo was removed in 2022 after the COVID-19 partnership expired. The current pamphlet containing the map shows the current partners are the National Red Cross Societies of Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. It does not seek to encourage or discourage migration, but rather to contribute to mitigating the vulnerability factors of this population during the migratory route.
I can live with that, Joe.
I can live with that,
I can
too.
live with that. That's fair.
Yeah, that's not encouraging people to do it. That's saying they're doing it. Let's make it so at least they have like a safe way to do it.
Listen, man, this migrant situation has turned everything around. From New York City, Chicago, L.A., they're everywhere, And, tax money, and New York's giving you $10,000 now, an ATM card, right? They give you $10,000 if you're a migrant.
Something along those lines, yeah.
And I don't know. There's a lot to say. Like, look at our fucking vets, how they get treated. Look, so...
I'm going to send you this, Jamie. See what's going on in Paris? They were trying to kick these dudes out of the country. They started a riot at the airport.
Who are they trying to kick out?
Illegal immigrants. I'll show you. Jamie, I just sent it to you. Yeah, and they're like, no, we're not going. They're like, you have to go. There's too many of you. I'm like, no, fuck you. We're not flying. And they started a riot at the airport. They were trying to deport them. And they're like, we're here.
Listen, all I remember is one thing, Joe, and I use this, and I'm not saying nothing bad about anybody.
Look at this. Give me the volume. This is a full-on Donnybrook at the airport. They're beating up attendants. Security guys are getting fucked up. It's just wild shit, man.
So they got them over there too?
They have a lot of migrants in Europe. Yeah, it's basically, it happened right after the pandemic in mass. It's just massive amounts of migrants in Europe, massive amounts of migrants here. It's almost like it's on purpose. If it's not on purpose, what a coincidence.
But it seemed like there just wasn't migrants coming in. But what I was telling you before was, I think I told you last time, I saw what the Mario boat lift did to my area, Hudson County, not in 1979, but I saw it 5 years later. And then I saw what they were doing in San Francisco. When I got to San Francisco in 85, there was a huge Cuban population.
San Francisco. So this is the people that took off
from Mariel in 78, 79.
Is this when Fidel kicked them out?
Yes. He kicked out 160,000 people. We didn't have records on these people. So we didn't really know what they were about. They could just tell you, I worked in construction, and they didn't know. So this is that, but 10 times.
Right.
That was 100,000 people, 200,000. This is 8 million or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? That's come through?
At least.
You're not going to feel this today. You're going to feel this 5 years from now.
Well, they could feel it real soon, depending upon who the people are and why they're here. the most troubling version is sleeper cells. The most troubling version is that there's military cells that exist here. Terrorist
the Chinese
cells.
were coming in, and now they're growing weed.
Are they Chinese?
Jamie, go to the videotape. Chinese are buying farms. You had just had somebody on here that was talking about the Chinese are buying farms
Yes, they're definitely buying farms.
What do you think they're doing with those fucking farms? Grazing fucking sushi? No. They're fucking growing reefer.
Department of Homeland Security memo first reported by the Daily Caller received as a part of the Freedom of Information Act request said that more than 270 unlicensed cannabis cultivation sites in Maine were operated by Chinese nationals.
Who the fuck you think you're dealing with, Joey Bananas?
Wow. 275 grow-ops in Maine.
And the weed is on fire up there in New Hampshire.
Is it?
No, they say that's the best weed right now, New Hampshire.
Really? New Hampshire?
Somewhere up there, New Hampshire, Maine. They say the weed is so fucking strong. See that?
Look at that.
Yeah, they're growing fucking
So
reefer.
what is the legalization of weed in Maine? Is it legal there?
I'm not sure, brother.
It's
Yeah.
legal in so many states now.
Yeah. Maine, New Hampshire, I think.
How much cannabis can I possess? Adults 21 years of age or older can possess up to 2.5 ounces of a combination of cannabis, cannabis concentrate, and cannabis products, including no more than 5 grams of cannabis concentrate. How many plants can I grow? Mainers can grow cannabis for personal use. That's reasonable. Is that your phone?
No.
Something's ringing. That's you, bro. It's ringing like a phone. You get the old school ring on there.
Holy
You
shit.
pick that? Yeah. Yeah, and Jersey's buck wild, right?
What do you mean?
With weed.
I just started going to weed stores in January. I said, you know what? I'm done with laughing gas. I gotta expand my horizon and see what's out there. And the first one I went to was in Neptune. And they're pretty impressive. It's a big fucking joint. I forget the name of it. It was pretty impressive. Second place I went to is 15 minutes from my house, Joe, right by the doctor's office in Freehold. Holy shit. And that's when I discovered rhythm. Because I was like, listen, I'm here to see the devil. I don't want none of that Jersey fucking swank, you know? And everything's in containers. It's completely different, you know? And I got this rhythm, 36%.
Jesus.
And I'm like, this is me,
This out
dog.
from the I guess this is, what is this? Affidavit for probable cause. Read
From where?
From the Chinese thing and the Chinese immigrants in Maine.
It says, we are in prison. Please come and save us. We are here. It gives the address. No cell phones. We were abducted from China. Passports were confiscated. The boss is a woman, 5'2", about 45 years old. No means of transportation. The manager is Asian, black hair, 5'6". A lot of marijuana is grown on the first floor. A lot of finished products. No escape from the house. Only work, but no salary. I want to leave here. We tried to escape, but failed. We were beaten. Please come and save us. Whoa.
Fuck.
So they got slaves working, making the weed in Maine. Yeah, Shanghaied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that shit's strong. That's the shit that the Boeing mechanics are smoking.
Isn't that crazy that there's
fucking crazy.
There's slaves in America right now growing weed for China?
Let's see where this is going to go. It's fucking interesting.
That's crazy.
I saw this a couple of weeks ago. I read the article. I'm like, oh. And then that guy said it on your podcast. And I'm like,
Well, he said about farmland, yeah. But
Farmland.
I didn't know it was happening like
the
that.
fuck you think they're doing? Growing fucking bean sprouts or soy sprouts? They're going for it, Jack.
Well, they're controlling farmland that's around military bases. That's what's scary.
And a lot of Chinese were coming through the border with these guys.
Yeah, military age.
A lot of Chinese.
Yeah.
So let's see where this hand is getting played.
Not only a lot of Chinese, but they have Chinese stops where you can go and everybody speaks Chinese along the way. And they have a Chinese restaurant. Everything's written in Chinese signs everywhere. So they have like a very specific organized route to get to America. And these guys, all young, fit guys coming to America. Like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck is going on here? We're just basically sitting ducks.
We're waiting.
Yeah, we're sitting ducks. And there was a big warning today. Homeland Security is warning about terrorist attacks in America. That's what scares me about this fucking election, too. I'm not saying that they would do this, but I definitely think they have in the past. Like, allowed things to happen just so that they can tighten up on restrictions and laws and scare people more and get people to vote one way or another. Scary shit.
We're looking at weird times, my friend.
The weirdest, right?
The fucking weirdest.
And ever in your life, could you ever imagine things be so bizarre as they are right now?
They've been bizarre for about 5 years now, where you just can't believe the shit you're hearing, and you just say, you know what, I'm going to stick to my camp. I'm good here.
It was bizarre in 2017, but it wasn't bizarre like now.
No. This is something different.
This is insane.
Diddy getting arrested. I mean, just everything.
Everything.
Just a bridge getting hit.
Yeah.
It's something every fucking week.
Every day.
You know, Trump, 480 million.
Yeah.
You know, they need it by Monday. I mean, it's just fucking... I thought Mark Cuban would bail him out. I didn't know who the fuck was going to bail him out.
Yeah, how does that work? I think they knocked it down to $175 billion. They asked him how's he going to pay it. He goes, cash.
Now he's worth 6-point-something billion because of the social deal.
Right.
It's all stock, I guess.
Right. The whole thing, I'm not a financial guy, obviously, but I think the whole thing is liquidity. How much money do you actually have coming in? How much is it tied up in real estate investments and holdings? And Trump's got buildings and hotels and resorts. And it's a lot going on. How the fuck can he pay attention to all that shit? Can you imagine running some kind of a business empire, trying to pay attention to everything?
Dog, I met him when he was fucking at a football team.
Really?
Yeah, he owned the fucking Generals. That's how I knew Herschel Walker and those people. That's how I met those dudes.
When was this?
Fucking 85. Trump owned
You
the
met
Generals.
Trump in 85?
A long time ago.
What was he like in 85?
Hello, goodbye. I don't fucking know. It's not like we hung out. I was scared of him.
Why?
Because it was like, I told you, when I got out of jail, I was supposed to have a job selling siding and doors and saddles and electrical equipment, an indoor salesman in Jersey. And when I got out of prison, I go, I'm out. Can I come take the job now? And he goes, I can't. We're going out of business. And I go, what happened? He goes, Trump built something. He was going to these little hardware stores like ours, told us to go fuck ourselves. We're done. I knew this in 88.
What do you mean?
At that time, supposedly, he would build something. It's like you coming to somebody, a little restaurant, and going, I want to build my own fucking steak. And, he would go to people and say, I'm going to build this and then use your lumber or whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. And since there's so much with contractors, there's subcontractors and subcontractors, they would stiff their bills. They weren't paying their bills.
Really?
Yeah, this went on a lot. You can look it up. This isn't something, and that's all I remember from Trump. I met him in 85, and that was my only thing with Trump. If you're from New York, you know who he is. You've been hearing the name growing up.
I remember hearing about this from you, actually, now. You were telling me that there was, with contractors, stiff small contractors.
Small contractors, and then we'll go downhill. We'll run downhill. So now I gave you all the doors I had for your project. Trump just wasn't building one house with one window. I'm giving you everything on the arm. Yeah, you gave me a deposit. Maybe sometimes not. Maybe I'm so excited to do business with Trump. I got such a small place that I forget everything. Whatever the fuck happens. You know? So that's what happened in 88. I mean, I don't know the whole story, but he mentioned Trump. That's all I remember from that fucking guy.
I would also imagine if you're doing some big projects like that, there's probably a lot of people involved.
A lot of people.
Making decisions.
A building?
Yeah.
A building? He's the GC. He takes bids for everything else, right? That's how it usually works.
Is that what Trump does as a real estate developer?
I don't know how it goes down, but there's a GC, a general contractor, and then there's windows, wiring, all the different departments.
Uh-huh.
You don't know what everybody's doing.
Right.
You got 20 people in your fucking building.
Right.
When you built the comedy club, how many people were fucking there every day?
Yeah, a lot.
You don't know.
Right.
You don't know. You're not a contractor, so you don't know if they're doing the wall right. You just trust, whatever. So This is all I remember. That was it.
Yeah. Well, the whole construction business was always shady, and it was always tied up with the mob. Like I knew a couple guys who had no show up jobs,
Yeah.
like at the Javits Center.
Yeah.
You just get paid.
Concrete.
Yep.
They own concrete.
That was
you
the
know?
thing. The mob would make deals whenever any sort of job was getting done. They'd have a certain amount of no-show jobs for their guys.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. That's part. And then you get insurance. Mm-hmm. And that's when you arrest those guys and you go, what do you do for a living? I'm in the carpenter's unit.
Yeah.
Carpenter's unit. You don't even know what an inch is. You don't even know how to measure 6 inches, you fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a scam. But it was how they avoided taxes, too, right? Because taxes was what brought a lot of them down. That's what brought Al Capone down. Tax evasion.
Tax evasion.
Yeah.
But the other guys were pretty smart. They had the millionaire club, the bid club. They would only do $2 million bids or something. They would take $2 million right off the top, the mob on every job. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Every job in New York, it's well known that when the little guy from Arizona who was over there with Gotti, he controlled construction. Like that was his fucking thing. You know? You couldn't get anything built without that fucking dude.
Can you imagine if you live in New York City at that time and you're trying to build buildings and you got to do deals with the mob and you got to do deals with Sammy the Bull?
Well, here's the deal. Like I remember in 90, I was roofing. And the company was from Jersey, my brother-in-law's. And I asked him, why'd you pick up this job? And he was telling me it's just so difficult. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, take the dumpster. That dumpster that they pick up every day and take off and they bring another one, in Colorado at the time was $200. That same dumpster in New York was $2,000 a day. That's how inflated the prices were. $1,800 different. It's fucking crazy. That's what the cost of doing fucking construction, in New York.
Wow. Well, it was always a corrupt town. Like, that's why it took the UFC forever to get into New York. It was...
Got to pay the right... Look at these people waiting for licenses.
Yeah.
I know people in Jersey waiting for a license since I landed. I got a license. Mm-hmm. You got to grease 80 fucking people. 80 people. You got to know people, pay. I know companies that are still waiting for a license from L.A. They just thought they were going to come and apply in New Jersey or in New York City. Look at New York City. They had a thing. They were giving licenses only to people who had felonies. Did you remember that? In New York, they wanted the ideal medical marijuana owners, an ex-convict who went to prison or got in trouble for marijuana. This is his second chance. Check it out. It's fucking insane. Can't get a license in New Jersey.
That is kind of crazy, but they should do something for those poor fucks that went to jail for weed. Nobody should ever went to jail for weed.
No.
It's ridiculous.
No.
It's a ridiculous thing to put people in jail for.
Well,
And you put people in a cage for that, especially while everything else is okay. Doesn't make any sense.
Look what you're finding out now. Look at this guy today. I got in the Uber fresh out of smoking a fucking joint of this shit this morning. Thank God the guy was Cuban. When they send you the Uber name, the guy's name was Antonio. I go, he's Cuban. Got in the car. I was in the car 2 minutes. He goes, oye, lo que está fumando, coño. He goes, what is that shit? And I just gave him the canister. I go, smell this. He's like, wow. And this is a guy that's been in this country for 10 years. And he said to me, I don't know what the fuss is about this. This is a magical herb.
Yeah.
People don't realize when you smoke this, pains go away. You start thinking clearer. He goes, it takes time. And there's a fucking Uber driver telling me this shit.
Yeah.
And I asked him, how do you know about this stuff? He goes, in Cuba, we were growing weed.
Really?
But it was outdoor weed. You couldn't get, wasn't that strong, and sometimes they bring it from Jamaica. That's what he was saying. We were getting Cuba weed from Jamaica because, the soil is done in Cuba.
Really?
Well, they're complaining about cigars. These cigars aren't tasting the same. They said
really?
that the fucking soil has just been abused. There's no nourishment.
Right.
This guy was telling me today it costs more for a pack of chicken in Cuba than what it does in the United States. A gallon of gas costs more in Cuba than what it does right here now, here in Austin.
Well, it makes sense. It makes sense. You have to have infrastructure. You have to have capitalism. You have to have people competing. That whole communism thing doesn't work. And the thing is, like, the thing that the people that love communism point to, they're like, yeah, but we put an embargo on Cuba. Like, what if we didn't do that? Like, what? Yeah. It's still a dictatorship. Like
It still is.
You get told what you're doing with your life. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. You might think that that is better because there's no rich people. If that's what you're thinking, you're missing everything, because that means everybody's poor. You don't want everybody to be poor. You want everybody to have a chance to be well off. That's what you have here. Now, some people, they get a bad roll of the dice, they get a bad hand of cards, they get a bad situation in life, they get a bad place that they live, and they're fucked. This is true, and it's not fair. It's not fair in terms of equal opportunity. It's not. But in terms of opportunity, there's no place better than right here, and there's no place better with actual capitalism. You can do great things. You can do great things not just for you, but for other people. You can do great things if people give you the freedom to do great things. But if you live in a socialist country, you don't have any of that. You don't get to decide what you do. The state gets to decide. And how do they enforce that? There's only one way. Force. Military. There's only one way to get people to follow the rules of communism and socialism, and it's always a dictatorship. It's always one group has all the money and all the power, and they tell you what the fuck you're going to do. And if you don't do it, they kill you or they lock you up in jail. And they threaten people, and they scare people, and they make people disappear so everybody stays in line. And that is what people always do whenever you get a communist country. If you ask any of these wacky kids in colleges, give me an example of socialism that works. They'll give you like socialist programs, or countries like some Norwegian countries that have a lot of socialist programs that are really good countries. They have really good health care, really good education. You pay a lot in taxes, but it goes a long way. And they have a better society because of it. That's great. But they still have the freedom to do whatever the fuck they want to do. They still have the freedom to do whatever kind of occupations they want. You have the ability to make a shitload of money. You have the ability to excel. The problem is people want a quality of outcome when they don't have anything. But you're never going to have that because, first of all, it's impossible. But second of all, because you're never going to have a quality of effort. And one of the things that a competitive environment or a place like America where you have freedom is, some people put more into life. They put more into the things they do, and they get more back. They get more out of it, and they're inspiring to other people to do the same. And you see them live a rich and fulfilled life, and you're inspired to do the same. That's not happening in Cuba, bro. That is not happening.
No.
That's not happening in any of these communist countries. Go to North Korea. Ask me how it worked out when they made a deal to take over all the farms so that no one would ever go hungry. Let the state control everything. What a great idea. Everybody give up your farm to the state. Now you're fucked. Now you're fucked.
That's the beauty, as somebody who knew the other side, not from living it, but just from hearing the stories. It makes you appreciate this so much more.
Yeah.
That, listen, you could fall into place in this country, or you don't need a ceiling over your income. This is the greatest thing about this country. It's like when I first got out there, I always worked on commission, Joe. I don't want your hourly wage. Shove that up your fucking ass. I'm going to come here and prove myself. You want me to sell cars? I'll sell cars. Want me to sell doors or signs? I'll sell them, but I'm doing it on commission. I want the most that I could get for that fucking thing.
Right.
Most people don't. I did that at 19. I knew. For me, it was going to be commission work.
Yeah, and it's a dangerous choice.
It's a dangerous choice, but it's based on you.
Right. Exactly.
With the effort you put into it.
Exactly.
If you want to sell. Well, when I worked at Foot Locker, I was the number one fucking sneaker dude at Foot Locker. And it took me a while, but I fucking went,
Right.
And then when I started selling cars, again, I went for it. Because I loved it. I learned about salesmanship. I learned about human nature.
Yeah.
I learned that you have to mail letters to people. Those are the guys. I know they're not going to buy a car, but if you send 100 letters, 3 people have to buy a fucking car. So you're working on all numbers. You know? The United States is a beautiful fucking place because a guy like me could write a book. Think about that.
Yeah.
A guy like me could, went to prison. I didn't get Social Security when my mother died because she worked under a fucking alias. Everything got beat up on me. But let me tell you what's about to happen. I'm going to retire when I'm 65, collect Social Security, and my daughter gets Social Security now for 3 years, which is like $1,800 a month for college or whatever the fuck,
Right.
I don't give a fuck. So it all came out in the wash 40 years fucking later. I didn't have the Social Security for me because my mom used the alias. But my point is, dog, you can do whatever you fucking want. You saw it, Joe.
Yeah.
We were talking about it today. Kids were coming down here with cars, living in their cars. And look what they're doing now. Because they believed in themselves. You gave them a fucking door, and they fucking took it. Most people are still in L.A. Well, my agent said nothing's going to happen at all. Okay. You know, it's the same thing. Some people take chances. Some people sit there waiting for the bluebird of happiness.
Yeah.
That's the other option you have in this country. You can actually sit and wait for the bluebird of happiness. When I came out of prison, all I had to do was sign a piece of paper, and I'm disabled for life. I got a $1,300 check every month. And some people would take that and go, look at me, I'm living like a doctor. Think about that. Some people would go, $1,300 a month? Fuck, that's me. Food stamps, that's me. I could still take my pills. I could still, you know, it's fucking insane.
It's insane.
It's the choices that you make, Joe.
And it can imprison you. That kind of money, even a small amount of money, can imprison you. That's what scares me about universal basic income. You know, people say if they gave everybody X amount of money, people could just pursue their dreams and they wouldn't have to worry about food.
No.
They probably won't. No.
You can't give anything to anybody. We're humans.
Yeah.
We take it for granted. You can't.
Yeah.
We get 10 checks in the mail for $1,000 a month. They cut us off. We don't know what the fuck happened.
Right.
I'd rather not get anything. Where are all these people? After COVID, everybody fucking got checks in the mail. Now you can't get people to work no more.
Right.
Can't get people to work. You go to a place that's a great restaurant or something, and the first 3 people you face don't even know where the fuck they're at.
Right.
But they had to hire them. You know, you gave people money. Now they're not going to come back. They're going to build ways not to come back. People were living it up during COVID, Doug. Living it up. Unemployment, this, that. We still had to go out there and crack fucking stupid jokes outside, getting attacked by fucking spiders and shit, thinking there's a leopard in the fucking thing. Seriously.
Yeah.
The first time I went outside with Rich Voss, I didn't know what the fuck that was. A bat almost hit me on stage. And I told him, and he goes, oh, you missed the other night. There was a fucking bear. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
There was a bear in the woods?
I don't know what he was talking about. Some bear or boar.
Well, there's a lot of them out there in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, you were telling me last time. But, you know, America's fucking beautiful, man. Where else can a felon with 2 strikes? I got 2 strikes. My next strike is life, right? They give you like 20 years if you have 3 strikes. When have you met a guy that's down on 2 strikes that did anything? You just give up.
Yeah.
They're going to get me. I refused. I told him suck my dick. Even when the feds were looking for me in 99 for that gun, I wasn't copping. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know, man. I'm not doing it. This is the path I'm taking. I don't know what, and I never got in trouble again, Joe. Never. You know, comedy became, you need something to get you out of there.
Yes.
You know, I didn't stop doing coke. Nobody just stops doing coke, Joe. They go to 8 rehabs. But I saw something on the other side. I saw what my friends were doing. I saw what people were doing. And once you hear about Roseanne getting the Tonight Show, were you there?
No.
Were you there when fucking Rodney blew up the garden? No. To see it is something completely different. When you're at the store with guys working the door, how much were we getting? $25 a shift. She was paying me $25 on Sunday nights to work the door and $25 to MC. That's no money, but you fall in love with what you're doing.
Yeah. And you know there's a path.
And there's a path. And when you start seeing other people rise, and you're stuck as a fucking addict, you're fucking stuck. You don't know when to stop. I was stuck as an addict, and I got to being stuck as a fat dude. Because there was a point, if my elevator broke, I wouldn't leave the fucking house. I'm not walking those 3 flights of stairs. I was 450 pounds. I'm not doing it.
Were you really that big at one point?
418, 420. My wife was tying my shoelaces. You know how embarrassing that fucking is?
Wow.
You know how fucking embarrassing that is, looking back at it now? People coming to visit you and jail. That's bullshit life, man.
Yeah.
There's so much out there, Joe. There's so fucking... And now that's what I'm trying to sell to my daughter. There's so much out there.
Yeah.
You know, people in New Jersey, all they know is Florida. I've never seen fucking people that love Florida so much. I can't stand fucking Florida because they like it so much. You know, vacations for people in Jersey, 1 week in Atlantic City, they bust out the white shoes. Then there's 1 week in Florida. That was not going to be me.
Did you see that cop on TV?
Which cop?
Yesterday, they were saying if someone breaks in your house in Florida, please shoot them. We prefer if you shoot them.
That's what we've gotten to now.
Did you see that guy? Have you seen it, Jamie? I'll send it to you.
I mean, he's getting a lot of heat today.
Is he?
He
I don't know.
probably is.
Not in Florida. I bet they're like, fuck yeah. God bless
Let me
Florida.
get this in, little brother.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
It's a year ago, I guess.
Oh, is it?
But this is the same one.
Yeah, that's the guy.
It says
Yeah.
saves taxpayers money if you shoot home invaders. It's probably right here.
Unoccupied dwelling, felony third. 7 charges total. His bond's $157,500. And I want to say, as to the person, we don't know which homeowner shot at him. I guess they think that they did something wrong, which they did not. If somebody's breaking in your house, you're more than welcome to shoot them in Santa Rosa County. We prefer that you do, actually. So whoever that was, you're not in trouble. Come see us. We have a gun safety class we put on every other Saturday. And if you take that, you'll shoot a lot better, and hopefully you'll save taxpayers money.
Hilarious. That's Florida. And then DeSantis just came out because all these houses are getting, people are squatting, taking over people's houses in New York. I'm sure you've seen that. Lady got arrested because she changed the locks on her own house. Someone's squatting in her house. She got into the house, kicked them out, changed the locks. They called the cops. They said they're tenants. They arrest her. Took her away in handcuffs because squatters were in her own house. And then there's this guy on TikTok that started making videos explaining to people what the laws are and how you can get into people's houses and how you can squat. And so it's a genuine problem because in Georgia, there's 1,000 houses right now that people are squatting in. That's a giant number of houses that squatters have just taken over these people's houses.
Are the people out of town?
Out of town, or it's a real estate holding, maybe you're trying to sell it. Maybe it's your vacation house. Who knows? Maybe you're fixing it up. Who knows? But no one's living in it. They move in. They take over. They have it now.
Is that everywhere now?
It's a lot of states, but it's not Florida. In Florida, they're like, fuck you. Like DeSantis just had a little press conference yesterday about it. He's like, in Florida, that does not fly. There's no way anyone's going to squat in your house in Florida, which is what people want to hear. Nobody wants their fucking – look, if you work really hard, you get a house and you have a second house, you can use it as a rental property or whatever. You're trying to make some money, and then someone takes over that, and the system works for them and not for you. There's a big difference between tenants and squatters, and if you can't make that differentiation, we got a real problem.
We got a big problem.
Yeah.
That's a big problem.
That's
somebody's going to get shot. That's it.
100%.
That's how this changes. This is how this always changes.
Yeah.
Some guy comes home. What the fuck are you 8 people doing here?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be. He don't know nothing. He's from Russia.
Uh-huh.
He don't know nothing. He's an old fucking guy from Iran or something. He don't know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You're in my house.
And they'll put him in jail.
But he'll shoot those 8 motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Something bad will happen.
But
and that's how it changes, Joe.
The thing is, once people start going to jail for defending their own property, you've made a mess.
You made a mess.
You made a giant mess. And then the criminals are going to be aware of this, and they already are.
They already are. They're
So
2 steps ahead of you.
Yeah,
criminals.
they're 2 steps ahead. They know what the rules are, and they're going to get attorneys that are going to work with them, and they're going to steal your house.
So let me ask you this. You go on vacation with your wife. I move into your living room. You come back. You're just going to greet me with nice eyes and say,
I don't know how that works.
you're going to call 911. There's a squatter here. I got to get him out. He's going to come, go, no. How long have you been here? I don't know. We were in Europe. Whatever.
Yeah.
Is that what you're fucking telling me?
Well, I think some people can't physically do anything, right? Because they get in the house and there's men in there. Did you see about that lady in New York City? She went to clean out her mom's place, and there were squatters in there, and they killed her.
All right.
Yeah, they just caught these guys, young guys. They just, the same thing. They figured out there was no one in there. They broke in, changed the locks, whatever, fixed it, stayed there.
You know how this changes, brother.
Yeah.
It's always one guy that makes an example, makes a big, deep example, and then people go, well, I will think twice about doing that.
Well,
and
it seems like the only way to really change is the law. It's just I don't understand why there's so many laws that have been around for so long that when you see common sense solutions like Ron DeSantis saying, no, you can't do that. Stop. That's not going to happen in Florida. That should be every state. They should say, no, you can't steal people's houses. That should be simple. That has nothing to do with being Democrat or Republican. It's like stealing property. Just like no one should be able to steal your car. No one should be able to steal your clothes. They shouldn't be able to steal your house. It seems that's logical. It has nothing to do with racism or xenophobia or white privilege or any of these dumb things they try to attach to this. It's just law and order. We have to have a set of laws that we all abide by if we're going to have a peaceful society where you don't create victims and you don't empower criminals. And the fact that that is complicated in 2024 is so strange to me. I just don't understand. Almost like it's on purpose, like it's meant to keep things chaotic, keep us, on our heels, keep us at each other's throats, keep us just trying to figure out what's the next problem they have to deal with. And all the while, there's all this shit going on in Ukraine. There's all this shit going on with green energy, and Bill Gates is buying farmlands. Like, God, can I have a moment where I can just relax?
Well, even the squatters thing. When did this start? This started coming up about 3-4 years ago during COVID, didn't it? Or was it around before?
It was definitely around before, but I think it has ramped up considerably as things got more woke. Because I think as things get more woke, you start looking towards the rights of...
Well, they're squatters. They don't have nowhere to go.
Well, listen, no one is in that home, and no one should have a home that is unoccupied where people are homeless. Like, okay.
I'm going to take a piss.
Go ahead.
I'll wait till Law & Order puts out an episode on squatters, and I'll learn more about it. I'll come back and fucking drop.
All right, we'll be right back. What did you bet?
Dustin.
You bet Dustin over Benoit Saint-Denis?
I just looked at the card, and I'm like,
It's a good bet. It was a good bet anyway.
I like
Dustin,
Cheeto and I like Sugar, so I couldn't pick one there. And then all the hype around the guy and Dustin, I go, everybody's betting this fucking soldier. So I just took a chance to watch the fights. It's not like I bet all the fights. I just bet.
I would have liked to see that fight with him not having staff. He was going to have a hard time with Dustin's stand-up anyway. Dustin's stand-up is just sharper, more battle-tested. Benoit Saint-Denis started off as a judo guy, and he has very good stand-up. But there's levels, and I think Dustin's level is extremely high. His level stand-up is extremely high. And you see that like when he fought Max Holloway. He outboxed Max Holloway in that fight. That was a big one.
And Max can box.
Max can box. Max can box. A lot of people are counting him out in his Justin Gaethje fight, But he's got a lot of time to prepare for this. The first fight when he fought 55, when he fought Dustin, that was a short notice fight. He didn't have time to really bulk up. I don't know how short notice it was, but I know he didn't bulk up. I think he just tried to fight, just be 145 but not cut weight, which is his natural weight class.
Who's in Newark? You're doing that card then?
Let's pull it up. What's the Newark card? Have they announced that? I'll tell you when that is.
I know they have an Atlantic City card this month. I saw the ad.
Yeah, that's this weekend.
Okay, that's
Chris Weidman's fighting. Yeah. I think it's the first week in June. Yes, it's June 1st. UFC Newark.
Ooh.
Who's that?
I don't know. That's not on the.
It's not on the list?
It's on the schedule.
Yeah, that's far ahead. So here we are in March, April, May, June. It's probably not scheduled yet. They probably have tentative fights set. And it probably is dependent upon who wins what and who's healthy when.
302 on the schedule.
Bro, this one, Whitaker versus Khamzat Chimaev in Saudi Arabia, that one is going to be fucking wild. That's a wild one. That is a wild fight. Kelvin Gastelum versus D-Rod, that's a great fight too. Is that the only two fights that have been announced so far?
Yeah, they just announced it last
Bro, Whitaker versus Khamzat is legit. That's a real fight. That's a real fight for Khamzat because Whitaker's a big dude. He's a big, solid, beefy 185, former champion. Both guys started at 170, but they were cut. It was too hard to make the 170. That's a real 185er as opposed to they gave him Kamaru Usman, and Kamaru didn't have a chance to prepare for that. He had 10 days. That's not enough time. I don't know what kind of shape he was in. Couldn't really test.
He's always in shape.
He's always in shape.
He's always in shape.
Sure. But famously, Kamaru has bad knees, real bad knees. So I don't know how hard he was training and whether or not he prepares the way. Maybe he only sacrifices his knees during training, and then when he's not training for a fight, he takes it easy so he doesn't stay in the same kind of shape. I don't know, but I know he was winning in the third round. I mean, Kamaru, if that was a 5-round fight, who knows how the fuck that fight would have went. And, obviously Kamaru's world championship caliber, the best welterweight of all time by most people's accounts. And, it's not enough time. Not enough time to get a guy like that to prepare for Kamaru, prepare for Khamzat. But at least we got a chance to see what Khamzat looks like against a world-class, world championship caliber fighter. So this was a big one. This is Robert Whittaker with plenty of time to prepare, a guy who is just as legit as they get, just beat Paulo Costa, That's a good fight. I like that.
How about my boy Demetrius last weekend?
How crazy is that?
How crazy is that? He's so great.
Mighty Mouse took on a guy who's 250 pounds.
He fucked me up
in a
Mighty
jiu-jitsu
Mouse.
tournament.
I told you I'm scared of Mighty Mouse. Fucking 250.
And he tapped him. And the dude was heavier than him by 100 pounds. The guy was enormous. The guy was so much bigger than him.
That is great. When I saw that, I'm like, God
Yeah.
damn, he's great. He is great. And a brown belt.
Yep.
A fucking brown belt.
He's great at everything, too. So this is him going through the tournament? Is that what this is? Yeah. So this is him and the giant dude. Look at the size difference.
I thought it was Kurt Metzger.
Look how big that dude
Yeah,
is.
dude is big.
Yeah. But Mighty Mouse is so slick.
Got him on like a trip.
Mm-hmm. There it is. And then managed to stay on top, which is really crazy. That's just crazy that he couldn't get him off him. That's technique. Pretty wild that he's even willing to do this while he's competing. I mean, I think he's the champion over at 1FC still. So he's still doing MMA, still doing like high-level championship fights, and he's fighting in the gi tournament, which is just nuts.
Gotta love him, man.
Yeah, it's just crazy that he stayed on top of this guy. Then he got his back.
Went to time, didn't it?
No, I think he tapped the guy. Didn't he? I feel like he tapped him.
Oh, maybe he did.
Yeah, here it is. He got him with some kind of a choke. So he's got his collar. He tapped him. Look at that. That's crazy. No audience. Look at that. That's the thing about jiu-jitsu tournaments. No one's there. I mean, some of the best. Look how he rolled him, too.
Holy shit.
Pretty wild. Rolled him and held. It looks like he's holding on to the collar and tapping him with his collar.
Like a bow and arrow?
Yeah, yeah. Amazing. He's probably the best ever in
Palms
terms
get
of
sweaty, though.
I know.
I love watching that shit.
In terms of like just pure martial arts technique, I think the best expression of martial arts I've ever seen is Mighty Mouse.
Did you have Hodge on yet?
Hodge Gracie?
Yeah.
No.
He was looking to get on
Okay, I'll get a hold of him.
because he was down here.
Oh,
Like
was
3
he
months ago, he was down
with
here.
Henzo School?
Somewhere, and one of my friends called me. He goes, "Can you get him on?" I go, "Well, it's short notice. Rogan's booked, a
Yeah.
year in advance."
Yeah, we're booked out pretty far. I get these text
I
messages.
love watching. Jiu-jitsu is so much like comedy.
How
It's
so?
so much, man.
In what way?
The longer you're in it, the prettier it gets. Mm-hmm. And I'm watching Tom. I'm watching you the other night. We're at a point where it's effortless. It's second nature. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's just beautiful to see. Comedy is great. The 10-year mark is great. The 20-year mark, something happens to you. It really does. Everything clicks. And it's like with this art, jiu-jitsu. You get in there, you get beat up for a year. And then one day you start doing little things and you're like, oh, shit, this ain't that bad.
Right.
And it's the same thing, but once you put it all together, like when we were talking about Dave Attell's special, it's a thing of beauty, man.
Yeah.
It's a thing of fucking beauty. That's a thing of beauty. When my hands get sweaty like that, I know that's fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it's years and years and years of working.
I've always loved, like you went to see the Black Keys last week. Mm-hmm. I love this. I love that you're going out and catching live music. It makes my dick hard. I wish I went to as much live music as you, but Jersey's a fucking nightmare. You have the Starland Ballroom and shit and all. I just can't. You got to, the heavy metal shit. I can't. But I wish, because that's how you get better at all this shit, is by getting entertained. Mm-hmm. That's how you...
That's what Mooney always used to say.
That's getting creative. When I went to a UFC fight and saw, on a hit of acid, and saw Anderson kick that dude in the face, I went right up to my room and wrote a joke. I'm like, this is fine. You know, it just inspires you.
Yeah.
That they're that good. We used to always talk about Anderson, how he could look at you and pinpoint the shot, and he was accurate. That's a thing of art, man. And it isn't an art. What am I talking about?
Yeah, it is an art.
Dog, I've swallowed like 2 of these Zins. What's going to happen to me? I'm going to blow a Zen fart tonight in that fucking green room.
Yeah, you're going to shit out those little tabs.
Oh, Jesus, I keep swallowing them.
Yeah, don't swallow those little bags. You don't want to swallow those.
What are you going to do?
Nothing. I don't think it's going to hurt you.
At this point, I used to
so.
swallow gum till I was 30. Shit.
They used to say that gum gets stuck inside your body. That's not
I
true.
swallowed gum for fucking years.
I think that's a total myth. I
And
think
once you're
just
so
shit out
deep
gum.
in it, you're like, I'm not going to stop now. Now I spit it out. But before, I would always fucking swallow
Well, have
it.
you seen that thing that people are doing now where they make them swallow a balloon? They swallow a balloon to deal with their weight loss. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah, so they swallow this bag. It's like this little tiny thing. It's about that big, and it's attached to a tube. And they swallow the whole thing, and the tube's coming out of their mouth as they're swallowing it. So they have a glass of water, they swallow it. It gets down in, and then once it's in their stomach, they pump it up. And they fill this bag. And this bag takes up a lot of room in your stomach, so you get full much quicker. And so that's the thing that keeps people from,
Overeating.
They overeat.
Overeat.
They can't stop themselves.
No.
They don't feel full. People want to feel full. And so this bag, you swallow this thing.
Called a gastric balloon.
Yeah. What do they inflate it with? Is it water?
I don't know.
So they go in, swallow it, take this
I
tube,
thought they were showing it for a second. They were showing it.
and I think when you've lost the weight that you want to lose, they can deflate it. But then
No closed captioning.
my worry would be that then you have this stretched out stomach that needs to get full again.
Dog, after I asked your advice on the gastric thing, and you said you look into it, I really thought about it. Not the gastric thing, just all these get health quick things.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like Ozempic now. Did you hear what I was talking about last night on stage? Because I wrote that out the other day. It was a stupid joke, but I think that people are going to go on Ozempic now. All right, a lot of people. And the fat man's going to come back stronger. Like, what's the name of that show? The 600-pound fat dude?
Yeah, my 600-pound life.
You know, all this shit's we're going to come back bigger and stronger, fat dudes. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're just doing all this shit. And if you just lift weights and walk a little bit and watch yourself just a little tiny bit, you know, all these get-rich schemes.
Yeah.
Like, if I go down to 265, I'll do Ozempic. Because then I get stuck at 265.
Do you?
Yeah. I get stuck at 271, 270.
But when you did Weight Watchers, you got down low. How low were you when you were Weight
What
Watchers?
I am now.
That's the lowest you've ever been?
Yeah, 277, 274. 274 was my lowest weight. But I wasn't lifting weights.
I thought
wasn't
you were lighter than that.
No, I wasn't doing shit. I was walking and kickboxing, no weights.
And now you're doing weights.
No, you got to do the weights at this age.
I
That's
think so.
Very important.
I think it's important for like bone density.
Dog, that sarcopenia, you lose it quick.
Yeah.
That's quick.
Yeah.
And they're not asking you to fucking be an Olympic lifter. They're not asking you. Look at all the things. They're not asking you. They're just asking you for 30 minutes a day of resistance training.
Yeah. Just a little bit of something to keep the muscles going. The thing about Ozempic is some people have pretty bad side effects. And, it's just essentially it's doing is limiting your appetite. Essentially it's doing something very similar to what this balloon thing does. And I think you can get that done with a high-protein diet. You can limit your appetite by just going on a carnivore diet. I know a lot of people that have done that and lost a lot of weight.
Just carnivore?
Yeah. You get satisfied way easier.
2 eggs, 6 eggs for breakfast and a steak.
Eggs and meat, and your body just adjusts. Your body turns the protein into glucose, and it turns the fats into ketones. For me, it just seems to work better. And I know a lot of people that have had a problem with carbohydrates. They start to look. I had those guys do it for World Carnivore Month. The comics that I've got working out at the gym. I'm like, who wants to commit to this? Entire month of January, nothing but meat. And they did it, and they're like, dude, I feel so much more energetic. I'm not tired in the middle of the day. I'm like, yeah, that's like a carb crash. You're getting like an insulin crash in the middle of your day because you're eating carbs and sweets and sugar and bread and pasta and rice and all this stuff. If you eliminate that stuff from your diet, it takes a while for your body to adjust. It took me like a couple of weeks when I first did it. But then once your body adjusts, you just feel like you have an extra gear. You have more energy. You feel clear-headed. You feel better.
All that meat, Joe, scares the shit out of me, man.
Yeah? In what way?
I don't know. I get a little iffy with a lot of meat.
You get iffy?
Late at night, I could probably blast fucking 3 eggs and a
Yeah, then have eggs.
scrambled eggs and a
Eggs
steak.
are easy. Eggs are easy. They're easy to digest. They're super nutritious. They're so good for you. You could live off nothing but eggs. Eggs are great.
7 grams of protein.
Yeah. Eggs
3
are
eggs is
fantastic.
21 fucking grams, man. You know? Not bad.
Yeah, it's fucking good for you. And all the stuff that says it's not good for you is nonsense. It's just good for you. Eggs are good. They're healthy.
Does our girl like the carnivore diet?
Who? Rhonda?
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes it. But I think she thinks that you should have vegetables too. And some people do think
She's got
that.
me eating blueberries like a motherfucker.
Blueberries are great.
She said it makes you
Antioxidants.
smarter.
Really?
I'm eating blueberries. Yes. Watch one of her things. Blueberries actually make you smarter, but
Interesting. How does it
my
make you smarter?
I have no idea. I didn't listen to it after that. My attention span.
You needed more blueberries.
I love her though. I do everything she says. Anytime today she put a video of her fucking working out.
I wonder how they would figure out whether or not blueberries make you smarter. Do they give you blueberries and then make you take a test and then make you take
She
a
did a
test without
survey. You
blueberries?
know her, bro.
Yeah.
A group of 6 people got together in Norway and fucking blueberries for a month. And
The thing about that though is you have to look at like healthy subject bias or healthy statistics bias, because like the people that are in that group that are eating blueberries in the beginning or to begin with are probably healthier people. Healthier people might be a little smarter. You know, like more aware of what like the effects of eating good food does to your body. So healthy user bias is real. I don't know though. I don't know how they did the study, but a lot of those studies they're weird. It's just you get a sense of what's true and what's not, but also people manipulate those studies and they make studies designed to get the result that they're trying to achieve because they're trying to sell you something. I get very nervous when all these people are on this Ozempic stuff. I just get very nervous because Brian Simpson had a horrible side effect. He was fucked. He was wrecked. He stayed at home for days.
listen, from all the experience we have of everything that's come out the last couple fucking days, the last couple years,
Here it says, Dr. Rhonda Patrick, blueberry concentrate increased brain blood flow, brain activation, and working memory in adults compared to placebo. Concentrated blueberry juice. Interesting. So it improves brain function in older people. Let's go. Let's get a blueberry smoothie.
I said to you,
Get the party rolling.
I do them all the time.
Yeah.
Coconut water, blueberries, a little
Nice.
protein powder.
Nice.
Bango!
They're good for you. I mean,
What stops that crash in the afternoon? I've been getting it since I turned 58.
Well,
Never slept before in the daytime.
now you're taking naps.
4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean, my world ends. It's the saddest thing. Not even reefer, edibles, nothing. Once she gets home from school, I talk to her. We look at the homework. She
Take a
goes
nap.
to her room. I go downstairs. My wife gets home. And at about 4:15, I can't even hear you. It's not about, I just got to get up and walk to bed. She knows already. And I
Yeah.
crash for an hour and 4 minutes, an hour and 6. I get up for like 15 minutes. I feel like shit. Then I'm ready to attack 20 fucking people. The first 15 minutes, I always feel shitty. Like, man, I shouldn't have slept in the afternoon. But some days I have it, some days I don't.
How much carbs are you eating?
I eat that wheat bread in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted to try intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
I get dizzy, like I get what Duncan gets. Like
Yeah.
if you don't eat and drive, like if I don't eat and drive a long distance, I'm done. I get dizzy and shit.
I tell you what happened to my friend Tommy.
No.
Tommy Jr. He was shoveling snow, cleaning his driveway out. He got called into work on a Sunday. Something happened, and so he's shoveling his snow, and he's not in the best of shape. Shovels snow, heavy snow. It's all the whole driveway. Gets done, drives in his car, falls asleep at the wheel, and slams into a wall. and he got pretty fucked up. Bunch of broken bones. Yeah, he's still not better. This was months ago.
So what was the result of the nap? From the shoveling?
Yeah, he just blacked out behind the wheel. Yeah, just exhaustion. Not in the best of shape. Like, lifting snow
is not good.
It's a motherfucker, dude. It's a real workout. If you get wet snow and you got a whole driveway full of that shit, and, you're digging in and lifting it up and digging in and lifting it up, your legs, your back,
but
your
is there
arms.
a reasoning? Isn't the weather contribute to that?
To what?
To that cold when you come out. Like, I have a friend that I went to school with, and I came back, and how's your dad? He died shoveling snow. I was like,
well, it's a heart attack thing. It's exertion, all right? If you're not in shape, shoveling snow is equivalent to doing like a hard CrossFit class. If you're not in shape, shoveling wet snow.
no shit. Remember, we lived in Colorado,
Yeah.
and the snow was light. When it snowed in Jersey last time, I
wet.
shoveled, and that's wet.
Yeah.
The only thing that saved me was slow amounts. 3 inches, 4 inches, and I go out there early and get it.
You get an 18-incher.
Oh,
and
then I can't.
And then it gets a little warmer, and then it starts to melt, and then you basically got every shovelful is 45 pounds.
And KBHD posted this when he was shoveling snow this winter.
Yeah. Look, his heart rate's 118.
1,200 calories in 90 minutes.
Yeah. 1,200 calories in 90 minutes of shoveling snow.
Just a crazy work.
So look at that. Every single smartwatch on Earth should have snow shoveling as a workout type. And I don't know a soul in the Northeast that would disagree. It's fucking hard. So if you're out of shape and you burn off 1,000 calories like my boy Tommy, and then you get behind the wheel, you fucking black out,
Let's see if Whoop's got a snow shovel.
Probably didn't drink enough water. I don't think Whoop has a snow shoveling. I think you just have to put it in as a regular workout. But 90 minutes of work. So say if you have to leave your house at 6:30, you got to be out there minimum 5 p.m. shoveling. You got to go. I got to leave in an hour and a half. Here we go. So basically, you have to have very little clothes on because you're going to sweat your dick off, and you're going to be out there. Every fucking shovelful is probably 35, 45 pounds. And then you look, you've cleared 4 feet. Not even. And then you got to get in there and get it off the concrete and really scrape it down. Otherwise, it's going to melt and then freeze again. And then your whole garage, all the way down your driveway, is going to be ice. So you got to really scrape it.
Dog, I used to snuggle show for a living. $15 an hour in 1983. I would sit out there, shovel snow, and case the apartments. The whole Snowmass Village. Every time people go skiing, I know when they were leaving. I knew the whole thing.
Yeah, we did that in Newton.
I shovel snow for a living, man.
Yeah.
It was 8 hours a day. No, it was a full-time job in Snowmass Village. Mm-hmm. You just applied for it, $15 an hour, insurance. After 90 days, it was a ski pass. It was a job. It was a fucking job. That was your job.
Have you been to Aspen lately?
No.
It's crazy.
I'm going this summer.
It's just
I could just imagine.
Beverly Hills in the mountains.
Yeah, I could just imagine.
It's all these rich people, and it's really weird. It's not what it used to be.
No, I know.
Like, you go watch those old documentaries when Hunter S. Thompson was there. Was he there when you were there? Did you ever see him? Yeah? At Woody Creek? Did you go to the Woody Creek Tavern?
I used to go to get weed, and the nachos were fucking delicious there.
Yeah. Food's still great there.
Did you go?
Yeah.
Is it still open?
Yeah, it's still open. I ate there a couple of years ago.
No shit.
Yeah, we went to Aspen for a ski trip, and I said, we got to go to Woody Creek Tavern. Got to go pay respects.
Doug, that was a place. Think about an 18-year-old kid. Just close your eyes for a minute.
There it is.
And I'm talking about... No!
Yep. Still open.
Oh, that changed a lot, dog.
Did it?
Yeah.
What changed?
It looks like a place now.
Well, it's a lot of photos of people on the wall.
When I was going in there, it looked like fucking a barn.
Yeah?
83. I had a friend, Cato. Keith Korn was his name. And I told him, I go, listen, you got to deal with me. I love you to death. Don't knock my door unless you got the best weed in town. And when you do have the best weed in town, knock on my door. I don't care if it's 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. And he would come over and tell me, I got great weed. We got to go to Woody Creek Tavern. First time I went in there. Now, you want me to lie to you and tell you I knew who Hunter Thompson was? I didn't know who the fuck he was. First time I went in there, he was in there with Bill Murray
Really?
and Don Johnson.
Wow.
All right. First time I went in there. The second time was Don Johnson. The first time it was Bill Murray. I got my weed. I got the nachos. I didn't say a word. I didn't need to take, there was no pictures then. And I just walked out. And then on the way, the guy was telling me who Hunter S. Thompson was. Then a year later, the first movie came out. The first that was played by Bill Murray played him. That was Where the Buffalo Roam.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. And then I went in there a second time and I saw Don Johnson. And that was fucking mind-blowing. He was hotter than shit on Miami Vice. And then I went in there another time and one of the Nitty Ditty Dirt Band were there with Hunter Thompson. It was a fucking party up there.
Wow.
And I was a kid. And they would tell you, if you go to the Aspen Airport, the bar, Clint Eastwood's there every night. Every fucking night. And I would not go up there. For some reason, I was just scared to meet Clint Eastwood.
You're young.
And then Don Henley picked me up hitchhiking.
Really?
One time, I got in the car and he had that song, it was 83, 84, so he just put out Dirty Laundry. And he was big, the Boys of Summer.
Yeah.
I'm in the fucking, because Aspen used to have a hitching post. Okay, so when you finish your job at Aspen, you could just go to a hitching post and stand out there. If people went like this, that means they weren't going down valley. So if they did this to you, that means they were just going to like Snowmass or something like that.
Short trip.
And people would pick you up all the fucking time and just talk to you. What's going on? Where you from? Oh, I'm from there. Wow. And the first time it was Don Henley, and I still lived in Basalt. And then 4th of July, 83, I moved to Snowmass, and I was hitchhiking, and John Denver picked me up in a Jeep.
John Denver picked you up?
Fucking Denver, Joe.
Wow.
And I'm like, come on, this isn't, no. And he's like, if you're not doing anything, I'm doing the thing. He does a charity up there every fucking year or something. I didn't even know. I was just
He's saying, come to the show?
Yeah, like, come up. It's free or some shit. And I'm like,
wow.
I just moved to Snowmass. I don't know anybody. Then, like, a month later, I go to Conoco in Old Snowmass. There's Snowmass Village and there's Old Snowmass. And I went to Old Snowmass because the guy was from New York and he had hot dogs. And I remember going there and seeing Goldie Hawn with Kurt Russell, like nothing. Sandals on. The girl, Kate Hudson, was a baby.
Wow.
Maybe 2, 3, 4 with her brother, a little brother that was a little older than her maybe. I used to see them all the fucking time, man. Sidney Poitier used to come into the video store. I was shit. That's when I asked Robin Williams for an autograph. He told me no, and he had body odor. He stunk so fucking bad. He had been in the coke thing for like 4 fucking days.
Oh, no.
That was a magical, magical place for a kid at 18. It was just something different, man. And I did a movie with Adam Sandler, and Don Johnson was in the back. And I had to do a scene with him. And after every scene, we had to go into this closet. And I would talk to him. And I go, I still remember you when you got chased down Galena Street. And he goes, you remember that? When Miami Vice was hotter than shit, like 86, I was in Aspen. And one night we were at like Patty Bugatti's. And you see a bunch of people running down the street. It's a bunch of women chasing Don Johnson.
Wow.
He's fucking running with his bodyguard down the street of Aspen. Fucking crazy shit. I can't imagine what it's like now. It doesn't have that homey feeling.
No, it's a different thing.
On the way out of Aspen, when you made that turn out, before you hit that road, the 82, there used to be a fucking diner on the corner. And they were known for their crumb cake. And you could smell it. So all you smelt when you passed that was the crumb cake and the smell of the chicory. Mm-hmm. Like the burning in people's fucking tremendous. Like I never smelled that before. Like all those things, it was just, I was like a kid in a candy store.
It had to be a culture shock too, right? Coming from New Jersey.
Shit. And
going to Aspen.
I remember the first month I'd come home and yell at my roommates, what the fuck did you do to me? They're all faggots. They all say good morning and hello and, people pulling over. Do you need a ride? Get the fuck out of here. And then they're like, no, you can't act like that. These people really want to help you.
So what brought you to Aspen in the first place?
My brother Jimmy Burkle he got thrown out of the Air Force Academy, and he went back home to get his weights. to get his Olympic weights and speakers. We drove cross country. He said he was going to Aspen. I knew nothing about it.
So he said, fuck it, I'll go for a ride?
20 people were looking for me, so I had no choice. So I came up with like $1,500. I bought the car for us to drive in. The axle fell off. And it was weird because he told me a date when he was leaving. But I was planning on robbing this bookmaker for a ton of dough. The guy had money in like a linen closet, and he would have like a register. It was like hundreds in the top, 50s in the second shelf. And every time I went in there, he would just open up the closet and take money out and pay us. And I go, we got to rob this guy. So I was waiting to rob this guy. I didn't want to go because I thought it was like a $20,000 day pay day, right? So I told him, just leave and I'll get a plane ticket. When he got to Pennsylvania, the axle fell. So he had to get towed back. And once he came back, I knew I had to go. Like, that was my sign. Like, I got to go. He broke the fuck down, this guy, to come back. And then I said, fuck, and I went with him. I was 18, I had no family, nothing going on, and nothing to lose.